Hi everybody, this is Mary, and some of you might have seen my prior videos on scleroderma, and I haven't made one in a while, and I apologize, but this is going to be a little bit of a different one. I have moved back to New Jersey from California after being away for 5 or 6 years, and so I've kind of been cooped up in the house, and it's been tough. It's I think 30 degrees out there right now, but the past couple days there were wind chills even up into the single digits. And when it's that cold, those of us who have scleroderma, you know how difficult it is. But this is going to be about a specific problem I'm having. If you have scleroderma, you have a 90% probability that you have some issues with your digestive tract. And mine were actually the very first symptoms that I had of scleroderma was waking up and vomiting in my sleep. Heartburn that was just so awful, was like fire ants. And by the time I got to a gastroenterologist, I was already diagnosed with Barrett's esophagitis. So it was pretty serious. And since then, and I was diagnosed in 2006, since then I have been dogged with a lot of terrible digestive issues. The worst is that I have no peristalsis, I have no motility whatsoever, and I haven't in years. So eating is tough for me. I also have microstomia, my mouth has shrunk, I've lost some teeth that I can't get replaced because nobody can get in the back of my mouth to replace them with an implant. I can't wear a partial denture. So as years have gone on, my diet has gotten, I don't want to say worse, it's been different. It's become less varied, I'll put it that way. I have to eat food that's bland, food that is soft, and I love my fresh fruits and vegetables, and I found that I just can't chew them, I can't digest them, I can't swallow them, and so I've taken to eating a lot of mush, and I found that oatmeal is something that I've eaten quite a bit of. I try to stick to the steel cut oats, because it's soft, it's mushy, it digests well. Another thing that I do a lot of is yogurt. I like Greek yogurt, and I make my own soups. In fact, today, the only thing I've eaten today are my homemade vegetable soup, which I don't think you can see it very well, but it has carrots and celery and spinach, and I put some little noodles in there. It's got tomato, it's got some beans. I put a frozen bag of soup vegetables in there, and it's got good stuff. And I don't put much in here except maybe some basil, a bay leaf, which I take out, salt and pepper. And last night it had me awake at 3 o'clock in the morning after eating a bowl of soup. I just couldn't handle it. And I know that a lot of you have the same issues. So that's why I wanted to make the video to see. I'm going to use myself kind of as a guinea pig. I was so fed up, and the past couple weeks have been so bad with bloating. I saw my gastroenterologist about a month ago, and he said, boy, you've got some bloating going on here. I said, well, you know, it comes and it goes, but last week I called, and he happened to be out of the office, and I had to leave a message. He's going to call me back next week, but I said, the bloating has gotten outrageous. So I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago I called, and they called my pharmacist for an antibiotic called Xifaxan, and this antibiotic is generally used for people who have like travelers diarrhea kind of thing, if they come back from traveling and it's messed up their gut entirely. I've used it before and it's worked on me. So I asked him if he could just call me in a new prescription for it, and they got certification from my insurance company that they would pay for it. And when I went to pick it up, it was nearly $800. And I told the pharmacist, no, I don't want it. I will figure it out on my own. My doctor suggested, when I saw him about a month or so ago, he suggested that I try taking a probiotic. This is, I can't remember which one it is. For years I've been taking Nexium, which awesome that it's over the counter now. And he also suggested that I try a fiber supplement like Citrusol. Citrusel, I think it works for me, but I think I need to use half the dosage because it's pretty tough on my stomach. Those of you, like I said, who have scleroderma and the digestive issues, it's kind of trial and error with us to try to see what works. I sleep with antacids under my pillow because I will wake up in the middle of the night with heartburn nearly every night. Doesn't really matter what I eat. It matters when I eat. Sometimes something that didn't bother me before is just going to suddenly start bothering my stomach. It's almost laughable. You know, I don't think people believe us. I'm not a skinny person. I'm, you know, kind of overweight, but I'm going to show you what my stomach looks like. I am not pushing my stomach out. This is what bloating has done to my gut. When I eat, I'm full right away. I have early satiety. Protein is difficult. Getting protein into me is tough. I try to eat eggs. Eggs can get really tiresome after a while. Cheese is okay, but I don't like to overdo on the cheese. I'm also diabetic. Fingers crossed though, my diabetes is controlled 100% with my diet, which is totally awesome. My A1C was normal the last time, for the first time I think in years. Even though I have a family predisposition for diabetes, I was on prednisone, like many of you, for a long time, and the prednisone kind of just it pumped me into diabetes. As well as the prednisone, I take 2 different medications for my blood pressure. My blood pressure has been spiking. It spiked quite a lot to 250 over 200. That landed me in the hospital. I take my blood pressure every single day. If my blood pressure keeps running high, then I let my rheumatologist know right away. And they've been upping and upping my blood pressure medications. From what my pharmacist told me, they just keep throwing more and more medications on. The amlodipine that I take for my blood pressure also supposedly helps with the Raynaud's, which would be awesome. Being on the East Coast in the wintertime, like I said, really tough. And if any of you saw my video before, I don't want to scare anybody, but I did have hand surgery. I did lose a finger. I lost my right index finger. And that is because I had a huge calcinosis that grew and ate right through my knuckles. I'm going to try to get a picture of that on here. I don't know if I can. I'm sure I can. I've never done it before, but I've got sons that are tech savvy, so I'll ask them to help me out. And I also take medications for pain. I have very severe joint issues, and what they call mixed connective tissue disease, I think is scleroderma, rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's, and lupus. And so far, the only one I don't have is lupus. So I have some awful joint issues, and I take 2 meds for pain. I've been seeing a pain specialist, and that was another fun adventure because, like anybody else, I don't think they really understand much about scleroderma and our issues, and they can't treat us. They can't paint us with the same brush they treat everybody else with. Same with a pulmonary specialist. I have some interstitial lung disease, pulmonary fibrosis, and now I have some pulmonary arterial hypertension. Right now it's mild, but I need to keep an eye on that. The first pulmonologist I saw in California said, "Oh, you've got scleroderma, you're going to need a double lung transplant." And I said, "Well, when was the last time you really studied the new medications that are out to treat pulmonary arterial hypertension and pulmonary fibrosis in scleroderma patients?" And I spent the next half hour educating him because I had just been to one of the Scleroderma Foundation meetings and heard all about all the new stuff that's coming out to keep us alive. And he was like, "Oh, thank you very much for spending this time with me. I've never met a patient who was better educated." And I felt like saying, and I've never met a doctor who was so poorly educated, but we won't go there. So in kind of desperation, and because I figure it can't hurt, I bought myself a juicer this week. A friend of mine was kind enough to give me a nice gift card for Amazon, and with it, I bought myself a juicer. Here is my juicer. It is pretty cool. The thing I like about it is it's got suction cups, so it keeps it really stable on the base. It is a quessential juicer, which I don't know one juicer from another. I know there are different kinds of juicers. There's the kind that's a macerator that grinds it very slowly, and apparently the pulp is very dry and it gets the maximum amount of micronutrients and all that out. This one is a centrifugal, which just kind of goes around in circles with a like really an old-fashioned grater, I guess, and grates everything. I have not used it yet, but I did go out to the store and I bought myself all kinds of beautiful fruits and vegetables. I don't know if you can see them all, but I'll demonstrate. I got what is this thing? A grapefruit. I got a bunch of grapefruits. I got some juice oranges. A lot of them use ginger, and ginger has always been something like my mom, when I was a kid, she would have me drink ginger ale if I had a stomach ache. Ginger is supposedly good for digestive ailments. I'm kind of sensitive to ginger, so I'm not going to use it for my first juicing experiences. I'm going to wait and see how I tolerate this stuff. I got a couple big bags of carrots. I got a few different kinds of apples. I got Gala. I got Macintosh. I got Granny Smith. I got, I think it's Cameo. Ambrosia, maybe. I love apples. I'm a huge apple fan, and I slice my apples up very thin, and I chew them very well. Almost make applesauce in my mouth because I just love them, and they're so good for you. And I'm an apple a day, sometimes two. I like to experiment with them all. I have my favorites, and I've got lemons and limes. I'm going to do some juicing as well. Oh, and I got kale. I like kale. And celery. And cucumbers. I cut this in half because, well, I'll tell you about the recipe. And I got pears. And with the juicing too, not juicing, but you can't juice bananas, but you can put them in the blender. So I got myself some bananas. I got some berries. I have my plain yogurt, I have almond milk, I have coconut water. So for all these fruits and vegetables, and I got a gigantic amount, was just over $30. And this is going to last me a week at least. I got maybe 6 bags. I got 2 giant bunches of kale, and they were $1.75 each. And the bags of apples were 3 pounds or 5 pounds for $2 or $3. It's my local produce place here in South Jersey, so I didn't have to go to the grocery store and spend a ton of money. Real juicing people will probably look at this and be horrified, but I'm not doing juicing for the same reasons other people are doing it. I'm doing it because I have a hard time eating, and I love salad, but I just can't chew it. Can't digest it real well. I'm hoping that I can digest the vegetables better than even my homemade vegetable soup. And same goes for the smoothies. I have to admit that as a scleroderma patient, I'm very anxious about having to become one of those people who can't eat at all. I don't want to be in a bed and have to be on TPN. Nobody does. That's not living in my mind. As far as the juicing people go too, I'm going to keep to my coffee. I have coffee in the morning. I know that it can cause heartburn in people, but I have it early in the day, and I don't have it again during the day. I don't drink carbonated beverages at all. I only ever drink water or herbal tea. I like chamomile. I'm not a big green tea fan, but I go online and I order some fresh leaf tea and brew it myself. And that's really all I'll drink in a day is my herbal tea and my water. And now I will try these. I hope that they don't fill me up too much. That's one of the questions that I have with it. So I'm inviting you to watch my first juicing experience. These things don't take very long from what I understand, and from what I've read, you're better off taking your leafy greens, and they said rolling them up to juice them. I prepared my juicer. I got all my ingredients, and I put a bag in the waste thing so that it'll be easier to throw away all the waste. Wish me luck. I know it's kind of scary when I smile, isn't it? I don't really have. Oh, another thing is I lost my hair, so I'm wearing a wig. This is one of my favorite ones. I like it, but I do kind of change them up, as everybody in my office knows. I do work part-time as a bookkeeper. When I moved back to New Jersey, I was an office manager for dental offices for the past 30 years. That's what I did in my regular life. When I got diagnosed and was so sick, I couldn't work full-time anymore. And I really can't even work part-time anymore. But my old employer, who is a wonderful person, offered me to come back to do his bookkeeping and help with his billing. And I can kind of do that on my own. I don't have to go into the office. I can do a lot from home. And I can't say enough good about him. Keeps my brain lively. My body can go to rack and ruin, but I don't want my brain to. But the office is used to me being a little on the eccentric side and coming in with different hair whenever I feel like it. So, back to the juicing. I'm going to stuff this in here. I hope I didn't stuff too much in there. Push it. I think I put too much in there. This has one of the wider openings than some of the other ones that I saw. So I'm hoping it's not horrible. I'll have if I plug them in. My goodness, I have juice coming out. Tilt it so you can see. Oh, there you go. Got some juice in there. I'm not done yet. It just said to turn it off when you're in between putting stuff in. I guess so you don't burn the motor out. I did pack that kale in there a little too much. And it said too to put something hard in after your greens, I guess, to clear out the grater thingy. Wow. I said to tilt it, get any juice out, but it would be stuck in there, and I don't see any, which is good because that thing's kind of heavy. Well, this is what I ended up with. This was 3 leaves of kale, 3 stalks of celery, a whole pear, a half an apple, and a half of a large, really large cucumber. I didn't want to put the whole cucumber in there. Yeah, so that's what I got. Let me get a spoon and stir it and see what we have. There's foam on the top, which they warned that in the videos. This recipe, I've been, like everybody else on the planet, I think I've seen fat, sick, and nearly dead. Not that I believe in everything that he said. I would never go on a juice fast. Not with my health condition. But I think there might be a place for it in my life. We'll find out. Let's see what it tastes like. It's green, alright. Cheers. It smells faintly of pear. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I can drink that. Goes down easily. I think it'll give me a lot fewer issues than I already have with eating, perhaps. It's kind of late in the evening, and I'm having this now because I didn't feel well today at all, and I spent a good part of the day in bed, and lying flat and eating don't go well together, and most of us sclerodermians have to make the choice between eating and sleeping. If we eat, we can't sleep, and if we sleep, we can't eat. So I had my soup a good bit earlier. I'm going to have this now, and then I'll go to bed probably in a 3 hours. This is all I'm going to do right now, but I will check in again in a few days. Sorry to show you my nasty bloated middle, but if any of you have the same issues, and if this can help, if it can help me, hallelujah, it'll help you even better. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to post that picture of my finger. If I can't, I'll get it on here somewhere or other, but I'm going to make another video in a few days, see how I'm getting on. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.